We start in the US, where Donald Trump's presidential campaign has made a legal complaint against the Labour Party here for what it claims is illegal foreign contributions and interference in the US election. A statement from the Trump-Vance campaign says the far-left Labour Party has inspired Kamala's dangerous liberal policies and rhetoric. In recent weeks, they've recruited and sent party members to campaign for Kamala in critical battleground states, attempting to influence our election. A now-deleted social media post from a senior Labour official said that there were 10 spots available to travel to the US and that the party would sort housing for volunteers. But Labour officials say activists who have been campaigning for Kamala Harris are doing so in their personal capacity and are not organised or funded by the party. For some context, a foreign national can participate in campaign activities as long as they're not being paid for it. That's according to the Federal Election Commission. This is not the first time that either Labour or Conservative Party staff have campaigned in the US election. Our North America correspondent Peter Bowes reports.
Donald J. Trump.
US election interference by the Labour Party. The claim being made by Donald Trump's campaign that Britain's ruling party and Kamala Harris's campaign have broken the law. In a 6-page letter to America's election watchdog, the Federal Election Commission, a lawyer for the Trump campaign cites media reports about contact between Labour and the Harris campaign and requests an immediate investigation into blatant foreign interference with apparent illegal foreign national contributions made by the Labour Party. The row revolves around efforts by Labour to send volunteers to the states to help Kamala Harris. The letter cites this now deleted post on the networking site LinkedIn, apparently from a senior Labour official saying 10 spots were available to travel to the US and that the party would sort housing for volunteers. The Trump campaign says that suggests Labour is financially supporting volunteers. It's not illegal for foreign nationals to campaign in US elections, but they can't be paid for it. In a statement, the Trump campaign said Kamala Harris and her running mate Tim Walz were seeking foreign influence to boost what it called their radical message. The Harris campaign's acceptance and use of this illegal foreign assistance is just another feeble attempt in a long line of anti-American election interference.
Guys, it seems as if the Labour government cannot get anything right at the moment. They can do no good. Right when the Labour government have been releasing criminals early. So what you do is you jeopardise the safety and security of the British public. You know, criminals are coming out emboldened, saying, big up Keir Starmer. We love you, Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer's on our team. You know, very happy that Keir Starmer has let them out on an early release, and they are very unapologetic. You know, no, they don't seem apologetic at all. You know, they're like, we're out, let's get back to business. That's number one. Number two, we've seen a rise on national insurance tax rates for employers. But of course, this could be expected. You know, when the Labour government came in, we understood that taxes will be going up. You know, this is just the first bump up. They will bump it up again, just gradually. They're just giving you the first one now for employers. And they'll keep going. You know, we understood that when the Labour government got in. And, you know, a higher tax burden for employers probably isn't the best policy to be adopting right now domestically, especially when businesses just aren't thriving. They're simply just not thriving in the United Kingdom. A lot have been closing down. We've seen what the last 2 quarters of last year, you know, there was no economic growth. So this isn't the best message to send out to employers. And number three, the two-tier system that is so evident in the United Kingdom. We see that in the most recent case of Chris Cabell. You know, this is a man that has a lot of footage that has been circulating right now of his past behaviors and what he's been doing and how he's been a menace to society. We've seen that. And we've even seen the body cam of the night he got fatally shot, whereby they're chasing him. They block his car in, a police car behind him, in front of him. He's ramming. Then one shot goes off after, I believe, 17 to 20-ish seconds of them telling him to stop and surrender. And that's the shot that kills him. And of course, we've got the woke black community that run to the street and say no justice, no peace, and they, you know, paint Chris Kaba out as a guy that was, you know, holier than thou, when we know that was not the case. But anyway, that's all besides the point. We must talk about the interference in US elections. This has been a very heated election. We've seen 3 assassination attempts on Trump. We've seen, you know, potentially the Epstein list could come out under Trump. You know, billionaires are involved in this. So much is riding on this election. There's wars right now. There's a war right now between Russia, Ukraine, in the Middle East, between Israel and the Iranian proxies. We're seeing this in the Middle East. And where tensions are surging globally. And this isn't what you want to be doing, Labour Party. You do not want to be making the UK's biggest ally an enemy. Donald Trump could potentially be, right now he's favourite just by a bit. He could potentially be America's next president, the 47th president of the United States. And you do not want to make him the enemy of the United Kingdom by adopting silly, by just being silly. You know, this isn't even a policy. I just look at this as stupidity. You know, a woman's basically saying, oh, you know, on LinkedIn, oh, let's all go over to the swing states and let's basically go and campaign for Kamala Harris, or essentially is what she's trying to say. You know, of course, she's going to be a little bit covert about it. Well, this was actually over. She just made a post, and now the post has been, you know, seen by a lot of people. And, you know, they can see that. America can see that. They're like, oh, okay, that's what you're doing. You're trying to help Kamala win. All right, if we win, we'll remember this. And he will remember this. I don't even understand why the Labour government and Keir Starmer are so focused on, you know, elections across the pond. Let that happen the way it's going to happen. Worry about the United Kingdom. Worry about keeping things stable here. We've seen a wreckage in only a few months of a Labour government administration. Only a few months we've seen such a wreckage. We've seen carnage, honestly. I never thought it was going to get this bad. I anticipated it would get bad, but not this bad. And we've seen absolute carnage, man. And the Labour government and officials affiliated to the Labour government seem to be worried about the US elections instead of worried about what's going on here in the United Kingdom. And ultimately, what I believe this will all lead to is this will lead to a rise and a surge in support for the Reform UK party. That's just them. The Conservatives could get back in if they adopt the right talking points. You know, they cater to the audience. They say, okay, cool. You know, we want to get back on track and do and implement the policies that's going to benefit British people, really implement Brexit that you voted for, and we will get that done. It's possible, but I see a surge in Reform UK in the near future. And this has been because of a failed Conservative government for many, many years, and now a disastrous Labour government. So people are looking for alternatives. And I do believe that there will be a surge in Reform voters and Reform supporters, and a lot of them will be coming from the Conservative Party. So yeah, but honestly, guys, man, this is just, I don't understand how the Labour government could get any worse at this point. This has been absolutely disastrous. And yeah, just very quick before I end the video, a lot of people might be saying, oh, Keir Starmer's not involved in this. Keir Starmer had nothing to do with this. I don't think so. A week ago, he met with Bill Gates. I don't know what was being said. And now senior Labour officials are taking trips, organising trips over to battleground states in the United States to go and campaign for Kamala Harris. And you want me to believe that Keir Starmer just doesn't know about this? Absolutely not. Keir Starmer knows about this, and he should have stopped that. But anyway, guys, have your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.